Yo, what's good everyone? It is GlitchXCity here to be giving you guys our NPA Season 9 Week 2 matchup against my good friend Nate the Nerd, or Nathan IRO friend, coach of the Pain Train City Brelooms. Now, this is going to be kind of a weird match for me because, like I said, he is my in real life friend, so we are pretty cool with each other. I haven't seen him in a while. But, however, that does not mean I'm going to go easy on him. He is like every other opponent, and hopefully we'll be able to pick up another W. You guys didn't see the last week match. It was against Fizz, it was against Fizz, former coach, member of the GBA, like, a while ago, coached the Atlanta Holuchos, and, surprisingly, we were able to pick up a nice 3-0 victory with a nice 5-0 autotomized Necrozma sweep at the end, so that's really awesome, and hopefully we can pull out the plan I have out for this week. But other than that, let's get right into this team builder. I'm just gonna go right into him, not gonna hold up any longer. But as you guys can see, we have our first Pokemon here, but on the right side of your screen you can also see our team, which you guys already know, but the team on the bottom, which is his. Let's go through that real quick because I kind of forgot. Let's see, he has a disgusting team, really disgusting, kind of overpowered team. He has Tapu Fini, one of the bulkiest, probably the bulkiest of the Tapus, really annoying to deal with that Misty Surge. Mega Venusaur, which is, I don't care what kind of league it is, Mega Venusaur is always going to be a bulky boy, thick boy. It's going to be a bulky, thick boy that's going to be hard to take down because of that thick fat, not weak to fire, ice, so you got to have some sort of hard-hitting flying or psychic type. And we also have Rotom Heat. I think it's like his only electric type. It's like his only Volt Switcher. Also a fire type. And speaking of fire type, he has the Victini. Banded Victini or Specs Victini is gonna be hard to switch into. Like, seriously, I swear to God, I love Victini, and I already know, like, I've used it before and I love it. Zork is an interesting Pokemon, base 105 speed. It can be physical or special, does get nasty plot. I'm not even sure if it gets Swords Dance, but it does get stuff like U-turn for momentum, Sucker Punch for priority, Dark Pulse knockoff, and that stuff of the sort. And then he also gets like stuff like Extra Sensory. Alomomola, which is another bulky water type compared to Tapu Fini. This thing actually gets healing stuff like Wish and Regenerator, and it's really fat. It's like Love This is like Thick Daddy, I don't know. And then he has Him on top. I don't know why. This boy loves Him on top so much. Let's see, really bulky, can be offensive as well with Technician, Fake Out, Bullet Punch, Mach Punch if you want to go offensive. Does get Rapid Spin, so there's that. It has Hazard Control, but fairly bulky as well on the Spadef side with that Intimidate. He has Dragonite, very hard hitting, base 80, kind of slow, really hard hitting Dragon type with a multi-skill. Get those rocks off the field, make sure it's at full HP. Put in the nice scenario late game, and it can definitely sweep E-Speed, Outrage, Dragon Claw, and whatever coverage you need. Alexander, based on 20 speed, really hits hard on the special side, diverse amount of coverage. Like, this thing is crazy. You know, you can go with like some cool tech like Encore, Disable, maybe Knockoff. Skarmory, very bulky, physical, defensive Pokemon. Ground immunity, Steel Flying type, gets Stealth Rock Spikes, Defog, Roost, Brave Bird, Iron Head, that of the sort. And last but not least, he has Terrakion. Nice base 108 speed, hard-hitting rock fighting type Pokemon. Can be used as a Set Sweeper or a Sash. So he does get stuff like Quick Attack, Stealth Rocks, like I said, and generically Close Combat SD, maybe Rock Polish with Life Orb. But other than that, let's get right into our team. And first up, we have Coloring Book the Necrozma, who picked up 5 kills last week, and so hopefully it's gonna put in some work this week. And it's not gonna necessarily be offensive. It's gonna be more of a Spadef set, as you guys can see. 248 in HP, 4 in defense, 60 in special attack, modest, 136 in Spadef, and 60 in speed. I do not remember what I was trying to speed creep. Definitely, I think I'm just speed creeping Rotom Heat, and with this investment, assuming his Tapu Fini and Venusaur don't have any speed investment, I should definitely outspeed them, outspeed him on top, and outspeed uninvested speed Dragonite, which I don't really expect. And I should outspeed Skarmory if I'm not mistaken. But look at Photon Geyser plus Charge Beam, and look at the rest of his team. Tapu Fini can hit by Charge Beam if I can just +1 special attack boost, actually like Photon Geyser. Photon Geyser hits the Rotom Heat and the Venusaur. Victini is like the only thing that can like pretty much wall this set, but if I can get Stealth Rocks up, then I can force it in. That's 25%, so that's something. Zork's gonna be a problem. Charge Beam doesn't do that much, and Photon Geyser is immune. He does have Alomomola. He may have Toxic, but if I can just spam Charge Beam, then we're definitely going to put him in a very tough scenario. And this also makes sure with Charge Beam that I don't get walled completely by Skarmory. So maybe I can get a Rocks, force a Defog, go for Charge Beam, get a +1 special attack boost, and then like Photon Geyser hits D-Knight, him on top, and Terrakion, and Alakazam is not really that bulky in the slightest. And then we also have Moonlight for recovery, reliable recovery, because he has no weather on his team. So yeah, I really like this set. I'm running Modest for some reason. I don't know why. It's for like some calc. I'm not really sure. But yeah, almost max HP, 136 per def, so yeah. I mean, I don't really need to run physically defensive because him on top is resisted. Terrakion, I mean, the Necrozma is naturally bulky with base 97 HP, 101 defense, and then Dragonite, I mean, I don't know. But next up, speaking of dragon types, we have Mr. Robertson. Speaking of black Necrozma, we got Mr. Robertson, the shiny black Haxorus, with a Poison AMZ with a Mold Breaker, running Dragon Claw, Poison Jab, Outrage SD, 208 in HP, 120 in attack. Not much attack investments, as you guys can witness on your screen. 4 in defense, 8 in speed def, and 168 speed. Jolly. This is just enough speed to outspeed. I want to say like max speed Rotom Heat. Yeah, I want to say like max speed Rotom Heat. So yes, I do have Mold Breaker, and I could bring Earthquake for the Rotom Heat, but I'm not bringing that. There's like some sort of logic, because if you look at his team, Earthquake only hits Terrakion and Rotom Heat, and they both get really hit hard by like a +2 Dragon Claw or Outrage. And I'm running Swords Dance this week instead of D-Dance, mainly because I'm gonna bait in the top affinity. If I set up with Haxorus in any form or shape, even if it's D-Dance or Dragon or Swords Dance, he's most likely gonna bring in the top affinity. And with the Misty Surge, my Dragon type attacks are halved, considering the Haxorus is grounded. So this is basically gonna be my way to bait it in, get to +2 with 120 EVs and attack, Poison Jab with Poison AMZ on a max HP, max defense bold, or whatever, increasing defense nature on top affinity, should always Oko. So unless he switches out and baits it, then I should be able to get rid of the top affinity pretty easily. Considering that the rest of my team was gonna get a hard struggle. Now, starting from here, I mean, Haxorus is just, it's not really meant to be a sweeper, it's meant to be like freaking a wall breaker, like just kill some stuff, like I swear. But starting from here on this third Pokemon, there's gonna be some heat. There's gonna be some heat to bring. And I really hope this works out. We got Gladtide. We got Gladtide the Mantine making its debut. And you guys are probably wondering, what the hell is this set? Alright, so you guys can see we got Citrus Berry with the Water Absorb. Yeah, so we can be immune to the Alomomola Scald. And let's see, with the Top Affinity's Top Affinity's Surf. I'm pretty sure it's going to run Surf. But we're running Liquidation, Acrobatics, hence why we have Citrus Berry, Agility, and Gunk Shot, 200 HP, 252 in attack, Adamant, 44 speed, 8 in speed, 4 in defense. We're running a max attack Adamant Mantine, which has base 40 attack. You're probably wondering, you're not going to pull this off. You know what? I'm going to try for it, because I want to do it. And to pair with the Mantine, you're probably wondering like, well, sure, you're max attack Adamant, but you're base 40 attack. And you're only raising your speed by 2. So how the heck are you going to boost your attack? Because you're not going to do enough damage to do to his team. Alright. Well, say hello to Amy Yuka, the Mawile, shiny Mawile, may I add, who's also making its debut. 248 HP, 4 in attack, 4 in defense, 88 speed def, Careful Nature to 164 EVs in speed. I think that's the outspeed Venusaur, at least. I think it's so. But we got Sucker Punch, Baton Pass, Play Rough SD, SD Baton Pass into Agility Mantine. That's what's gonna happen. That is what is gonna happen, ladies and gentlemen. This is what's gonna happen. Sucker Punch, because if we do get an SD up and he does bring in Victini, I could potentially, depending on the rage it's at, I can just kill it off with a Sucker Punch. So Mawile could get that kill. And Mawile could also, if I get to +2 with SD, I can play rough on the Terrakion, I can play rough on the Hitmontop, play rough on the Dragonite, and with my Intimidate, by being max HP with Intimidate, I'm bulky on the Spidef side, but also relatively bulky on the Fizdef side. If I can get an Intimidate off on something like I said, Terrakion, which can only hit me with like close combat and Earthquake. So realistically, even without SD, I can still hit pretty hard on Terrakion and Dragonite with stuff like Play Rough. But the main objective of this Mawile is to set up an SD on the Venusaur, the Hitmontop, the Alomomola, the Skarmory, assuming it doesn't have Whirlwind. Mainly the Alomomola or the Venusaur at the top of any. And that's why I'm running pretty much Spadef, because Venusaur is typically going to run like Giga Drain, Sludge Bomb, and then top of it is going to have like Surf and Moonblast. So yes, SD, Baton Pass into Agility, Mantine, and Sweep. That is our plan. That is our game plan. And hopefully it works out, because these are 2 very low tiered Pokemon, which I didn't think I was going to use. But fifth up, we got Misael. We got Misael, the Mega Manetric, with the Lightning Rod, because that's what's going to be before Mega Evolves. Thunderbolt, Toxic, Volt Switch HP Ice, 112 in HP, 252 Special Attack, 136 Speed, Timid. I have to run Timid, or else if he brings max Speed Alakazam, then I'm not going to outspeed. So, yeah, rest in HP, because that's all I need. And Toxic is only there. Toxic's mainly there for stuff like Hitmontop or Rotom Heat, but other than that, I'm not really gonna use it. You may probably wondering like why do I have Toxic when he has a Tapu Fini? Well, the thing is that his Rotom Heat isn't even grounded, so it's not affected by Misty Search, so I can definitely Toxic that on the switch in, or at least get initiative with Volt Switch. So either way, and then HP Ice for the Dragonite. I could bring like, yeah, Flamethrower is not even needed in this match. And then Thunderbolt in itself is really, really good. And he doesn't have a single ground immunity or electric immunity on his team, so that's really good to note. And last but not least, we have type Dull to type Null with the EV Light, running a physically defensive set with a decent amount of speed, 248 HP, 108 in defense, 144 speed, timid, 4 in special attack, 4 in speed def. This is the speed creep Rotom Heat, I believe. And we're running an interesting set. We got Tri Attack, U-Turn, Icy Wind, and Metal Sound. Icy Wind, we're physically defensive in case Dragonite wants to set up. I can bring this in, click Icy Wind, make sure it stays at neutral speed, so I can bring in my Manectric and just click HP Ice, as well as get the Intimidate drop on the switch. So yeah, I'm not getting swept by a Dragonite, I swear. And then we have Metal Sound plus Tri Attack. Metal Sound plus Tri Attack is one of my favorite sets to run on type Null. And if I can get a Metal Sound off on like the Venusaur, then Tri Attack's doing a decent chunk to him. And possibly forcing a switch. He only has 8 Synthesis unless he's running Leaf Seed. And then we have U-Turn for momentum. You know, get that slow U-Turn off because more than likely I'm not going to outspeed most of his team. I'm not going to outspeed stuff like Alakazam, Terrakion, Zoroark, Dragonite, Victini, or... yeah, pretty much that of the sort which I just mentioned. But other than that, yes. And originally, you guys did see the Mawile plus the Mantine core. I originally did have a Nasty Plot Baton Pass plus Palisand. But I wanted to go with the Mantine because it looks cooler and I freaking love Mantine. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the battle. Alright guys, we're back with the match. And as you guys can see, Nate, coach of the Pain Train City Brelooms, have brought the Mega Venusaur, the Skarmory, Zoroark, Victini, Terrakion, and Rotom Heat. And I want you to see physical Mantine at +2 attack, and I want you to look back at his team. Realistically, the only thing stopping me, or the only thing like completely walling me, is the Skarmory. So if I can get rid of the Skarmory, then we're gonna be good. And he didn't bring Tapu Fini either, so my Haxor set isn't going to be as useful. I mean, +2 outrage is still going to hurt, but like I said, with the Skarmory, it's pretty much going to wall 2 of my broad spread. So I'm going to need to either kill that thing with Manectric or pressure it with Charge Beam Necrozma. Either way, it's going to be good, and hopefully we can pick up a win. But let's go ahead and lead. He doesn't have any ground time, so I'm going to simply lead with my Mega Manectric, get my Mega up right away, and he's going to bring in the Skarmory, so I'm going to Mega Evolve, and I'm going to simply click Volt Switch this turn. He does stay in, surprisingly, and we just simply Oko. So he apparently doesn't have Sturdy, so either he forgot to put Sturdy, or he had like an interesting set with like weak armor or something. So that's what I'm assuming. So it'd be really unfortunate if he intended to have Sturdy and he just forgot to put it on. So here he brings in the Rotom Heat, or so I thought. So originally I wasn't really thinking of Zoroark, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna bring in Rotom Heat, or I'm gonna bring in my Mega Manectric, because realistically, a Rotom Heat against the Haxorus, he would typically either run Volt Switch, HP Ice, or Will-O-Wisp to cripple me. So predicting one of those 3, I don't expect him to go for Overheat. I'm going to go into my Mega Manectric to possibly take one of those hits. He goes for Flamethrower, and that did like 60%, and I calced it, and I was like, okay, this is definitely Zoroark. I'm pretty sure Gen 7 didn't give this thing Flamethrower, because that would have been pretty absurd. Might as well give like Rotom Watch Surf and like freaking Rotom Mow Giga Drain, but that is a Specs modest Zoroark. So he clicked Flamethrower, predicting my Mawile. If I had stayed in and clicked D-Dance, if I had D-Dance, like realistically, if I had D-Dance and I had like at least even Mold Breaker, like I'm surprised he brought, like I was thinking like why would he bring in Rotom Heat if I had Mold Breaker and I could just click EQ. Unfortunately, I don't have EQ on this Haxorus set, and he doesn't really have any resistances to Outrage other than the Skarmory, which died like 2 turns ago. But yeah, I do, now that I know he's Specs, he can't go for Sucker Punch. I do outspeed him, so I'm just going to simply go for a Volt Switch, break this thing to skies. He's going to switch into Venusaur, and this is great because now I can go into my Necrozma and pressure this thing and probably force something in. So I'm going to simply go for my Rocks. He brings in the Rotom Heat, and I'm pretty sure this is the Zoroark, so I'm going to my type Null. I'm going to scout for it. I'm a Fizz Def type Null, and that did a lot. Like, that's a Specs Dark Pulse. And right now, I'm going to hope that he doesn't flinch me with Dark Pulse, because Now that I know it's Zorg, if he flinches me, then my type zone's basically dead. And if I can not get flinched, I can at least get 50% off on this Zorg with U-turn. And then I can go into the appropriate Pokemon. Seeing that he's locked into Dark Pulse, I can go into my Mawile afterwards if he stays in. So I'm going to go for my U-turn. He does switch out. He goes in a Venusaur, which isn't Mega yet. So that's great. We're putting on the pressure. And here at this point, I can go into my Necrozma. And here I'm going to make an interesting play. I wasn't really intentionally trying to set up this early, but as you guys will see soon enough, I'm gonna go ahead and predict him to go onto Zorg, because he doesn't really lose anything from going into Zorg right now. And I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to risk me going for Psychic and just potentially killing him right now, because I could be offensive. So here I'm gonna double out into my Mega Manectric, and surprisingly he's actually gonna stay in and Mega Evolve, and he goes for the Sleep Powder. And this is actually really good. So far I see all I saw was Sleep Powder, I'm pretty sure. So Sleep Powder at this point is the only move that he's revealed. And this is great. So I got the Intimidate on him. And this is just in case he has Earthquake. So Mega Manectric overall in this game doesn't really do too much other than outspeed Zorg. So I am losing some sort of pressure. But I do have some Pokemon that can at least take a hit from it and then fire back. So I'm going to go ahead and go into my Mawile. Because realistically, when I was prepping for this Venusaur, or for his team, I realized that like unless this Venusaur has HP Fire, HP Ground, it's not really touching my Mawile. And I am Spadef. Mostly Spadef in this set. So here I'm going to simply go for SD. We do get another Intimidate off. He does have Earthquake, and that did so little damage. Mawile is here setting up them SDs. And here I'm going to go for my Baton Pass, because realistically, I say that a lot now. I just need to go for Baton Pass. He goes in a Rotom Heat, and it's thankfully the Zorg. If it was actually the Rotom Heat, then I probably would have had to Baton Pass into my Haxorus, because I can't just Baton Pass into my Mantine, and the Rotom Heat is like offensive with Thunderbolt, and I just die straight up because I don't even have an Agility up at the moment. So here he goes on a Zork. I know it's modest Dark Pulse, so he can't be like Banded knockoff. So I am free to simply go Baton Pass into my Mantine, and a Specs modest Dark Pulse should only do about 40%. Unfortunately, not taking me in my Citrus Berry range. But here, he's going to go for U-turn as I go for my Agility. And on the following turn, as he brings in his Venusaur, I'm going to go for another Agility, fearing the possible chance that he has Scarf Victini or Scarf Terrakion, which could OHKO me. So here, Acrobatics, as you can see, does nothing. But as he does go for Giga Drain and pops my Citrus, I'm able to get some recovery back, and now my Acrobatics has doubled. So, I am plus 4 speed, plus 2 attack, and we eat those Giga Drains for days. I know his whole moveset now. Giga Drain, Sleep Powder, Earthquake, and Synthesis. Giga Drain doesn't do that much to me. Earthquake is immune to me. I'm immune to Earthquake, and he can't Sleep Powder me because Mega Manectric is already asleep. Because, you know, we got that sleep cause crap going on. So here, I'm going to click Acrobatics, and I'm just going to blow back this thing. You don't see a Mantine kill Mega Venusaur. Like, that's insane. And at this point, it's basically GG. I ought to be guaranteed. I do kill this thing unless it has a Passion Berry or was physically defensive. I broke a potential Sash. He brings in Zorg. I would simply go for Acrobatics. And there's the shiny Zorg coming in for you. We got Yeet. And then he brings in Victini. I am able to guarantee kill this thing after Rocks, unless it's, like I said, Pasture Berry or Bulky. And last but not least, he has the Rotom Heat. And I'm perfectly putting it in range of Liquidation after Rocks. And that is going to be GG to Nate, coach of the Pain Train City Brelooms. A really nice 6-0 win with a Mantine sweep. So I'm really happy that Mantine and Mawile made its debut in week 2, and it's already putting in a lot of work. So, I mean, I didn't really expect to sweep with Mantine. Like originally, like I said, I had like Nasty Paw Baton Pass into Palossand with Celebi, but I saw the potential for Mawile to just sit in front of the Mega Venusaur or like sit in front of the Skarmory if it didn't have Whirlwind. And yes, I do know like I said, if you went into Rotom Heat instead of Zoroark or Victini, then I can't just go into Mantine after the Baton Pass. Like I said, I would go into my Haxorus and probably just spam Outrage after that. And then I could set with Mawile later on. But fortunately, it does work out, and we were able to get a nice Glad Tidings sweep. And yeah, that's basically it. We're 2-0 now, +9 differential. And if I remember correctly, as of this recording, we are first place. Week 2 has ended. We are first place currently with Evan and the Brighton Bronzors. I'm pretty sure right behind us. It's probably Evan or Cohen. I forgot. I'm pretty sure it's Evan or Cohen. But realistically, thank you guys so much for watching. This was GlitchXCity here. And if you guys enjoyed, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe for more. Because, you know, we're bringing the heat. We're bringing stuff like Baton Pass, SD Mawile, and a physical attacking base 40 attack Mantine. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy it, like I said, make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe. This is GlitchXCity here, and I'll see you guys in the next encounter.